Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Market took an absolute, just dropped like a rock last night. That was absolutely amazing. It's amazing in the fact that it's a really good time to get into pretty much any coin. I mean, look at Neo. Could even say 15 cents. OMG, I picked up some more, 8. I'm just going to be setting lures, deep lures. I'm not really spearfishing right now. We have a while. I think they said like they're not gonna say anything for like almost a month. China, what they're gonna do. So they're pretty much saying just be good, which is kind of crazy. And of course, that's having all kinds of adverse effect because people don't want to. They don't know what to do. They need money. If it's kind of a thing if you're Chinese and you need to get, if you need to have access to cash. I mean, there's that part of it, but I also don't understand just the mass hysteria because there was some going for underneath 3 on the Chinese exchanges, under 3,000. Where's let's see. Yeah, see, 1 million volume, 2,800. People just giving it away. Because you got to think, how much does it cost to make a Bitcoin, right? It's very expensive to make a Bitcoin. And last I checked, it was like a little over 1,500. And, you're dipping down to basically, I don't know, when you're selling it that close to like literal wholesale, like literally what it actually costs to manufacture a Bitcoin, basically. It's wild, the value comparison. And I mean, China's a big part right now. That's why, like, they're really big into crypto because Chinese are that's how they are. Like, just U.S. is going to be one of the last. They always usually are when it comes to these things. And then they'll try to strong arm it. But that's why you're starting to see, all the freaking countries like Korea and Japan and even Russia now because, I don't know, they just don't have... It's just weird how the U.S. is set up with the Federal Reserve, and you have just all these crazy laws. But at least the U.S. government then just the SEC's cracking down. They could come out. The U.S. usually does it. Well, no, I can't say that. They actually can ban it just like China because they did it with poker. That's for damn sure. But that's the thing. Like my attitude right now is not affected. Like I am perfectly, like I said in my other video, I would not care if it went to 25. I would not care if it went to 10. It's going to happen regardless, both rounds. You're going to have these crazy up and down. And the longer I'm in cryptocurrency, people they look at what I'm doing. They look at my journey. Like, that's why I say you can't pay me for advice. I don't give advice because I know a lot of people probably can't handle these swings. And I make my videos public, but like I said, I'm not going to put training wheels on my videos just so some motherfucker doesn't fall off and hit their head. I have the disclaimer, but this is just welcome to crypto. It's a very baby. It's such an infant, and we've never seen anything like this in the world. So no one can really predict it because it really hasn't. There's never been like a universal crowdfunding, sort of invisible platform where people can literally, it's like the stock market but drop to the ground and everyone can get in without having to know people. Like, if you want to get into stocks, you're going to have to get it. There's no such thing as an ICO for stocks, really. Like, yeah, you have your Kickstarter and all that, but I'm talking about like these big businesses, man. They already funded, they already capital, they get their capital by the big cats, and you're going to get it at the biggest markup when it does go public. I mean, the idea of being able to get in on these things at the very, very beginning, and you have no connections. You don't need any connections. I mean, people are just taking this so much for granted. There are so many bullshit ICOs. Yes, there are, but there are a lot of good ones too. So it's just, that's a terrible thing because I knew that was going to happen. I knew they were going to come after the ICOs and they were going to try to, they're trying to paint it like guns or cars or something. Like, it's like if you're a drunk driver and you hit somebody, you ban cars. It doesn't quite work that way. And ICOs, if they're trying to paint them as these pump and dump crap things, but really they're bringing money and value to new innovative ideas, the ones that are good, right? We just need to I agree. You know, you should regulate them. There should be stricter things before you go and advertise. It's the internet though. It's kind of free. It's like any motherfucker can say anything. Like some dude, anybody can just go up to anybody's YouTube account and just call them whatever they want. They could be racist. They could threaten their lives. Right? They can do anything they want, right? I mean, it sucks in a way because it's like, well, what the fuck, right? Anyone can just do anything, but at the same time, it's kind of life, right? And it's like when you limit somebody's free speech, or if you limit somebody's ability to do this and that, then where's the line then? Because that's the thing. Like that's why I took poker being gone in America in North America so seriously, because it was like, there's I don't know. I know I should have taken it seriously much before that. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but that it's always something that strikes home to you, right? When something's taken that's in your realm of sight, and then you realize like, wow, did they really just tell me? They just tell me I can't play a card game? Did they literally just tell me I can't play a card game with my friends? One that was invented in Texas and has been in North America and the world for quite some time. And then it dawned on me and I was like, okay, so the line is there, right? And they can just move that line anytime they want. And that's the problem. People will see it and it'll be way far from them. Like, oh, that has nothing to do with me. What's poker? I don't even give a fuck about that. But the next time it's like, we're banning Facebook games. And now some people's like, whoa, but I like Facebook games. You can't play them anymore. But where? Right? Then that shit starts happening. Then some weird shit starts happening. Like it gets to be, and once the line's drawn, it's a line. Like it doesn't move back. They don't budge. The government does something and it's very hard to get them to budge. So it dawned on me that it's like, wow, okay. So once a line is drawn, then it could be moved anywhere. So once you start saying, okay, well, ICOs are bad. No one can have, these people can't have ICOs, or this country can't do them. Right now, a line is drawn. It's like, okay, well, so you're cutting off a whole country from raising capital to revolutionize ideas. It's like, we shouldn't do it that much. We should just do it should just be regulation. Make it to where there needs to be some kind of infrastructure. It doesn't even be decentralized. It should just be like a decentralized ICO checker, right? Something like, if they don't have this stamp of approval from this decentralized thing where they go through the rigor, you fucking get IDs, you get information, these people, you understand they're real humans, right? If they can't do that, then they can't, then it's kind of like, man, yeah, you can go buy some Kool-Aid from a drunk hobo on the corner and you might get sick and die, right? Or you can go into a store and buy it when it's packaged. So there just needs to be that for ICOs. Right now, it's just like any hobo can just raise his hand and say, I need $1 million for this. And people can just give it to him. It's like, okay, I understand. A lot of people will buy the lemonade from the drunk hobo. And I'm pretty sure once a few people have died, the cops would come arrest that hobo. And that's kind of like what's happening for ICOs. But instead of arresting the hobo, they're arresting the little girl with the lemonade stand. And then they're going to stores and they're kicking over shelves and they're fucking everything up. And it's like, whoa, man, you just need to get the hobos. That's it. You just need to get the crazy guys selling poison. You don't need to fuck up everything else, And that's just what's happening. It's just absolutely nonsense. And it just goes to show you that the world's really not that organized. It's not, guys. There's just a bunch of guys probably asking each other what to do, and then there's one guy who's a fucking dick that tells everybody what to do. It's really quite annoying when you look at it, but at the same time, we've been here before. It's like flashback July. So that's the pattern. When you look at cryptos in a whole, the pattern is this. Up and then down, up and then down. And we had this long thing, right? And this was the time, right? It was laying low. This is when they could have killed it. And now, obviously, the cat's out of the bag. And when we have our crashes, they've always been, still way, 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 way above where we were just even a month ago, 2 months ago. So where we were 2 months ago, 3 months ago, we're still, above that. And that's a good sign, right? As long as, and even if it went down all the way down here, it doesn't matter. We're in, I'm in this for the long haul. That's how I'm looking at it. Too many people are focused on the money, and I'm allergic to that shit. When people, I don't know, it's like, I make my channel, I'm talking about how I do things. I'm investing, and I'm not thinking about the money. I'm thinking about the principle behind it. And I already understand when you create value, it's all about creating value. That's when the money comes. If you chase the money, you're going to end up in a corner, a dead end. the money leads nowhere. When you find a thing where you can create a bunch of value, peer-to-peer transfer of value, peer-to-peer transfer of value. I mean, we don't need banks. You don't need middlemen to send value from point A to point B. Humanity has never had that. We've always had to fucking use some kind of bullshit made by the government, some kind of piece of paper or a coin or something, right? And then when the coins became too valuable, they took those and they gave you pieces of paper, and then they said they were backed by coins. And then when the coins became even more valuable, they just took those and said, well, yeah, you're just going to have paper. And now it's like, well, yeah, we just kind of print paper and much paper as we need. And I know that's just making your paper, your paper considerably worth less. I don't know. Like, is that the life you really want to live in? I would think most people would think that was bad, because that's what's happening. And people just, I don't know, they just turn on. And then you have something that's an appreciating asset. It's finite. It can never be hacked. It can never be counterfeited. It can never be inflated. You can't just print Bitcoins. You can't just replicate them. It's so important to understand this. Bitcoin is not some funny money. There's so much code, so much effort, so much time that went into getting Bitcoin to where it is now. It's so much more advanced than just anything out there, really. I mean, and just keeps growing and getting better and better every day. And the amazing thing is, Qtum, they just launched their mainnet and they're down 22%. They just upgraded. This coin just got a lot better. And because of all the and it's like, what? I mean, governments are going to ban Qtum. They're going to ban everything, right? And just have their own cryptocurrencies. But that's the thing. This is what's going to happen, guys. This is what you don't understand. Let's say China does that. They ban all the outside cryptocurrencies and they just have theirs. Nobody outside of China is going to want that coin. Nobody's going to want to fuck with that coin. So they just cut themselves at the knees. And then how many people in China are going to rebel, right? And they're going to use Bitcoin anyway. I mean, right? Why wouldn't they? And then you see places all over the world where Russia's like, you know, I don't see the need to ban cryptos. We should regulate it. Like, so let's say Russia goes the route and regulates it and China bans it. Okay, so what's going to happen with Russia? Russia's going to become very wealthy very quickly because they're going to be mining. They're going to be taxing, and they're going to be collecting all of this crypto, while China, right, is going to have this big experiment. The crypto China coin, right? This big experiment. And they don't know if it's going to work. No one knows if it's going to work. It could go to crap. It could go just like their yen, right? Just like what's happening with the fiat, right? It could just crash. And what happens then? Then they miss out and then Russia becomes super wealthy and they don't, because their coin crashed and now Bitcoin's going to be worth a lot more and they're not going to have nearly as much skin in the game. And it's kind of crazy and bullshit because they already have China's already a large holder of Bitcoin. So this FUD, I just think they're collecting more and more of it. I don't think China's stupid, right? I think China's going to try to go their route. And if they don't, they're going to have a hoard of Bitcoin just in case, right? They're going to be stuffing the Bitcoin just in case their plan doesn't work. So I think their plan is not going to work, obviously. I mean, it's kind of like when you restrict a country to anything, even poker. Like, let's say, you know, you can only play poker in New Jersey. Well, then that means you can play against only people in New Jersey. And the prize pools can only be so big. And you cut yourself out from the world's money. I mean, the world combined has a lot more money than China does, and China's not doing so well. And to cut down the innovation, they're going to set themselves back, because the most talent in the world, you can't point at talent. You can, but you know, the best talent's free, and it's like a bird. And you can't point at talent and say, do this, do that, right? You want the talent to blossom and create its own thing. And that's what China's going to stifle if they try to centralize it too much, because it's like no one's going to, you know, yeah, you're going to have people that you can force to do it. Good for you. But what about the people who are doing it on their own because they love it and it's creative to them, like the Dan L's and all of the, you know, and the Vitaliks and, you know, these people who are just using their creative mind and they don't have a gun to their head to do it. They're always going to make a better product. So that's all I'm going to say on that. News on Johnny, No Limit Coin. Good news. Johnny Chan has joined the team, guys. The legendary poker player. If you can, I mean, we got Joe Theismann. Now we have Johnny Chan, and we have a complete platform overall. We're going to have a live update tomorrow. I'm looking for, I don't know what happened to it. Pull it up real quick. But yeah, there's gonna be a live update tomorrow. And it's, you know, it's just kind of bittersweet because of all the news. I'm always happy on these days because it's just used to it. I'm like, oh wow, you know, I get some Neo at $15. That's pretty awesome. Just give a glimpse of what's happening here. Oops, what just happened? Here we go. All right. Yeah, it's a little preview of the cover, but you know, we're getting the whole new UI. Like everything is. I don't know why my thing always does that, right?
I'm here at the Hawaii doing. I know Raphael for almost 10 years. We used to work on the poker machine for a while, and then we ended up with Poker Lightning, and now we work on a No Limit coin together, and hopefully that's going to be a home run. Sounds like a home run, look like a home run. It's going to be a home run, all right?
All right, Johnny.
It's fucking Johnny Chan. I'm gonna have to play this dude in Heads Up Poker. Like, you don't understand how jealous my friends would be if that was actually the case. We literally just struck this deal. Raphael struck this deal yesterday, so it's absolutely amazing to have him on board. The thing is, he's bringing a poker room with him, so No Limit Coin is going to be played. So they're going to accept No Limit Coin to be able to play at that poker room. So it's just going to bring more value and more uses, and it's going to get No Limit Coin because we don't want to have poker. We don't want poker on our platform. Or I say our platform, it's like anyone who's involved is that way, you know. So I'm not trying to say it's my company, it's our company. It's anyone who uses No Limit Coin to play poker, it's going to open up all of these other poker rooms. So I just think that's absolutely cool, and it's just adding more and more, you know, more and more weapons. Man, we just hired we've expanded the team like tenfold. There's so many new talented players. We need to update, you know, the info, the bios, all of that stuff. The thing with No Limit Coin was when I found it, you know, it wasn't very popular at all. You know, no one knew about it. Raphael had a great idea, but he just didn't have the backing, and he didn't have the notoriety, he didn't have the awareness. And, you know, they were in beta. They were still figuring out. They ran a free contest, but the feedback wasn't great because it was just a bunch of people getting their free coin and leaving. And that was back when you could get 10,000 free No Limit Coin. 10,000 free No Limit Coin just for signing up. Can you imagine that? And yeah, man, and I found him, and he didn't have much backing, and the beta, it was still in beta, and I, you know, I took it and I ran with it, and, you know, every day he was like, oh my God, everything, you know, coming on so fast. We actually, when I first, with the ICO they had, I actually crashed the system because so many people were wanting to buy the No Limit Coin for 21 Satoshi, 25 Satoshi, 50 Satoshi. And that gave him the initial capital, and then big backers started to join, and the original backer started to light a fire when they started to see this thing come to life. And then it just started becoming this roaring thing, and then it went viral, and all these people started, you know, wanting No Limit Coin. We're fixing this and we're fixing that, and it's like, you know, we're on the boat with holes in it, but we're patching them and we're making it all great. And now we're on shore, and we got it over, and we're reconstructing this boat, and it's going to be one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. We've come so far. That's why I'm so proud of, is because we've come so far from where we were. And I know, given the time now, 2-3 months from now, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I mean, 2 weeks from now, the new UI is going to be dropped, and I'm talking about a whole new experience. It's not just a new UI, man. It's like all these new features and all these new games, and we got these really good people who are hardcore DraftKings, hardcore FanDuel people coming in, really picking it apart, adding this, adding that. So, I mean, I expect nothing less than the greatest fantasy sports platform, fiat or crypto, period. And it's not nearly as easy as you think. I mean, people just want to think, oh, whoop up this. I mean, there's a lot of feedback that goes into it. You know, you don't want to just go with one mind. You don't want to go with just one team. You know, we have our UI team, but we also have our community, our hardcore players. That's the key. To get the people who actually play the platform, like Philly D. This guy's a hardcore fantasy sports. He actually has a new fantasy sports channel you should go check out. You know, we have a bunch of people like him, quality people who are in there really giving their hardcore feedback, and they're really not pulling any punches like, dude, we need this needs to go. And you can ask. right? When he says this needs to happen, it gets done. All these bugs are being fixed. I wasn't saying there wasn't a lot of bugs. That's what beta's for. And I understand people expect greatness. You know, they want to see it better than DraftKings. And I mean, you know, we didn't have the $1 million backing. Now we do, but we didn't before. And it's, you know, it's just like now we're, you know, for those who don't like taking risk and don't want to give someone a chance and doesn't want to, you know, if they want the immediate gratification right now, then, you know, cryptocurrency in a whole isn't for you. But for the people who want to take a risk on Bitcoin, for people who want to take a risk on, you know, Ethereum, EOS, no limit coin, for these, I mean, I go down the line from, you know, importance, because I think, you know, Bitcoin obviously is the most important to me. And then you have, and the things like Merino, I like all those stuffs, but the being able to send it private. However, at the same time, I'm not going to really be living in a country. I have dual citizenship. I'm going to be looking to get citizenship as many places as possible. I'm not too worried about who's monitoring my money, because I'm going to be doing everything legally, and I'll be living in the country that I think has the best laws for you know, humans, really. And then you go to Ethereum and EOS. I think these are very important platforms, because this is where you can build the future of decentralized apps. I know people want to say Ethereum is very, you know, can become very centralized, but that's why I like EOS too. Ethereum's still 1,000,000 times better than, you know, corporations making everything, Microsoft, all of these people. At least it's on the blockchain. You can, you know, there's no hidden secrets, nothing like that. There's no under the counter shit going on. And then I say no limit coin because it's bringing new people into cryptocurrency. Sports, it's a huge market. You know, music is another one. Entertainment, virtual reality, anything that's going to bring in new people that would just go to that product regardless, fiat, crypto, or whatever. They just see it and they're like, oh wow, that's really cool. And you're starting to see that a little bit. You've seen no limit coin fight against Bitcoin when Bitcoin was crashing. Not this time. There's, you know, just a lot of FUD going around. I mean, a lot of people invested in no limit coin also in China. Just because Chinese, you know, they loved it, you know, it went viral there. I mean, we have connections and they absolutely love, it's not a gambling coin, but you know, they love that kind of risk reward factor when it comes to anything really. And they love soccer. So I mean, just look at these prices. QTOM, literally mainnet, down 22%. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, you know what? I finally disabled my YouTube ads. I swear it was the stupidest thing. I would go and I would disable, I'd go to the monetization. I know I YouTubed how to do it. I fucking did it. And then I would go and it would make it to where every new video I posted, it still would be things. So I'd have all my old videos unmonetized, but my new videos would be, and I was like, man. And then like, it's such a bitch because then you have to go demonetize by video. And I think I finally figured it out, but I've been, you know, fuck that. You know why? It's because I went and I checked how much, because I forgot. Like I was like, somebody was like, how much you make off your YouTube channel? I was like, oh fuck, I have actually, the last time I checked it was like $100. And I was like, this is stupid. I don't even, like, what the fuck is this? All right, I'm gonna pull it up. I don't want to see, but I'm giving this amount of money away tomorrow on the live update with Raphael and me. I might get XP in there. It might be, you know, just the crew in there, chilling, answering questions. Let's see, analytics. Let's see. I have no idea. I think it's gonna be like, it has to be like $800, I think, at the max. Let's see. $442? 1 million minutes? That's 2 years. That's so many babies. Whole baby lives. What? Dude, they give you $442 and if you get 1 million minutes. I didn't know I had that many million. Holy shit. A million minutes listen to my fucking ass talk? Holy shit. That is nuts. That's some 2 years of listening to my fucking ass ramble. Holy shit, I gotta pick my game up. I gotta ramble better. That's 1 million minutes. That's better. That's gotta be some motherfucking quality. If it's 1 million minutes. 442, go fuck yourself. I disabled it. I fucking disabled my shit. So it shouldn't be on here. If somebody sees a motherfucking ad on my channel, let me know. And the thing is, you can't complain to nobody, right? You can't even complain to anybody. I'm giving this amount away tomorrow. I'll give it away in some cryptocurrency, probably Bitcoin or Ethereum, no limit coin, something. I'll give it away in some kind of currency, $442. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to replace it with the currency I'm giving away. Right? So I'm just going to buy the currency and I'm going to give it away because I don't want their fucking, I think that's a joke. And I think it's better served in the people's hands. So yeah, YouTube is just absolutely wow, man. $400 for 1,000,000 minutes? What does that come down to a minute? That doesn't even make sense. Moving on. Oh wow, EOS. What I did not. I'm saying because I did not check EOS EOS scan last night because I was cleaning and I still have a lot of cleaning to do. My fucking girlfriend gets home soon. And I still have a lot of cleaning to do. Wow. The market is absolutely dropping. Let's see if it picked up. Okay, no, it picked up a bit. Alright guys. I don't want to do this. I don't even want to look. I don't want to look. I want to close my eyes. I think the maid's supposed to come here any minute. Hopefully. I'm not sure. Uh-oh. Please. Alright, it's not too bad. Dude, literally, my heart was beating. I was like, dude, if I see like 30 cents, I'm going to fucking... I think that's the maid. I'm not sure though. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to kill it here, guys. Cheers. Peace.